The Yolmo or Hyolmo people are an indigenous people of the Eastern Himalayan region. They refer to themselves as the Yolmowa or Hyolmopa and natively reside in the Helambu and its surroundings regions of northeastern Nepal, situated over 43.4 kilometres and 44.1 kilometres to the north of Kathmandu respectively. The combined population of Yolmos in these two regions is close to 10,000. They also have sizable communities in Bhutan and some territories within India, primarily Darjeeling and Sikkim. They are among the 59 indigenous groups officially recognized by the government of Nepal as having a distinct cultural identity and are also listed as one of the 645 scheduled tribes officially recognized by the Constitution of India. The Yolmo people speak the Yolmo language of the Kaget branch of the Sino-Tibetan language family. Accordingly, it has a high lexical similarity to Tibetan, although the two languages are not completely mutually intelligible. They are traditionally known to wear the tuba, which shares its name and many stylistic cues with traditional Tibetan attire. However, a large number of Yolmos native to Nepal, notably from Takegyang, Milimchimgaon, and some other villages, prefer to wear the Dora Suruwal, the national attire of Nepal. History. Origin. Yolmos may have migrated from the Jirong valleys of southwestern Tibet between 200 and 300 years ago. They settled in the valleys of Helambu, and gradually, intermarriages between the male Yolmo lamas and the Tamang women local to the region became common. Identity clash with the Sherpas. In the 1980s, an increasing number of Yolmos began identifying themselves as the Helambu Sherpa, even using the appellation as a surname to align themselves with the more prominent Sherpa people of the Solakhambu district. Although this name is still used to refer to the Yolmo people and the language in certain instances, including the ISO 639-3 language codes. Very few members of the Yolmo community would likely identify themselves as a subsection of the Sherpas in the current date. The Kaget, an ethnic group related to the Yolmos of the Kaget who stem from the original Yolmo inhabitants of the Helambu and Melamchi valleys. What distinguishes them is that the Kaget began migrating southeast from Helambu, and eventually into the Ramchap district over 100 years ago, and that they practiced the craft of papermaking during the peregrinations in order to make a living, thereby earning themselves the moniker, Kaget. They have since developed certain characteristics in the speech that are distinct from traditional Yolmo. The Yolmo-speaking groups in the Lamjung district and Ilam district have also historically been called Kaget, although both groups claim a clear distinction between themselves and the Kaget of Ramcha. However, Yolmo and Kaget are often used as terms for both the ethnic group and the dialect interchangeably. Culture. Society. The Yolmo people are organized into several clans, all of which follow the patrilineal system of descent. Bride stealing used to be a staple among the customs, but it is no longer practiced or encouraged. The clans of Yolmos are Dongba, Dangsong, Sharma Lama, Lalungpa, Japa and Yiba. Religion. The primary religion is Tibetan Buddhism of the Nyingma school, intermixed with animism and paganism as incorporated within the general dimensions of Bon. Language. The Yolmo language has high lexical similarities with Sherpa and Tibetan. It is traditionally transcribed in the Sambhoti script, but many modern academics prefer to use the Devanagari script as well. The Yolmo language is also very closely related to Kaget, another language of the Kairong Kaget language subgroup. Economy. Essentially, the Yolmo people are agriculturalists. Potatoes, radishes, and some other crops constitute the primary sustenance, along with milk and flesh from the yak which the Yolmos are known to herd. In the last few decades, the Helambu region has also become a popular site for tourism and trekking, and many Yolmos are now employed in the tourism industry as tour guides either in their own respective villages or in various other parts of Nepal. Distribution: Nepal. According to the Nepal National Census of 2011, the population of the Yolmo people living within Nepal is 10,752, who are distributed over 11 districts of the country, and 99% of this population speak the Yolmo language. However, the number of monolingual Yolmo speakers is very low and on a gradual decline, as the number of monolingual Nepali-speaking Yolmos and bilingual Yolmos with English as the second language increases. The largest Hyolmo settlements in Nepal are in the Helambu and Melamchi valleys, which are home to over 10,000 Yolmos. A separate group of about 700 reside in the Lamjung district, while some have settled closer to Pokhara. There are also a number of villages in the Ilam district where Yolmo is spoken. India. The Yolmos are listed as a scheduled tribe in the states of West Bengal and Sikkim in India, Bhutan and Tibet. The Yolmo language is also spoken by significant populations in Bhutan and the Jirong County of southwestern Tibet. Etymology: the term Yolmo or Hyolmo consists of two separate words, hyul, which means a place or area surrounded by high mountains, and mo, which means goddess, indicating a place under the protection of a female deity. For centuries, Tibetan Buddhists have referred to the Helambu region using the term Yolmo. In recent years, most people, Yolmos and otherwise, seem to prefer the name Helambu itself. It is also often claimed that the name Helambu is derived from the Yolmo words for potatoes and radishes. This etymology, however, is disputed and often considered spurious. Some refuters of this explanation argue that Helambu is an ambiguation of the word Yolmo, phonetically contoured by the speakers of Nepali. There is an ongoing discussion amongst Hyolmo scholars regarding the spelling of Yolmo in the Latin script. Some favor Yolmo, while others prefer Hyolmo or Eholmo, wherein the presence of the letter H indicates that the first syllable of the word is spoken with a low, breathy tone. It is worth noting that Robert R. Dejale and Graham E. Clark both use Yolmo, while the Nepal Adivasi Janajati Mahasang uses Hyolmo.